Well, you're new to MagFed, eh? Well, no one wants to look like a noob. So in this Tonka Tactical video, what I'm going to talk about are the top 5 Noob MagFed mistakes that you want to avoid at all costs so you don't look like a noob. So if you're ready, let's get started. Alright, so you're new to MagFed, eh? Listen, fantastic, congratulations. And you know what? Don't worry about being a noob, because we all make mistakes. Even the most seasoned veterans that are playing paintball or MagFed paintball for a long, long time, we still make these mistakes. But you know what? I understand when you want to start off, you don't want to look like a noob. So like I said at the top of the video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 MagFed noob mistakes that you want to avoid. And listen, if you have any others, if you're a seasoned MagFed player and you have any others, please make some comments below. Let us know what I've missed. I'm only going to talk about the top 5 in my opinion. And you know what? Even if you are a noob, like I always say, every master starts off as a disaster. So you know what? The more you play, the better you'll get and the less mistakes you make. And like I'll show you in my video coming up here, I'll put it up here somewhere. My last MagFed event, which I just played maybe a couple months ago, maybe a month ago. Man, I've been playing MagFed for a while, and you'll see that I still make mistakes. So don't sweat it. But let's get going. Let's talk about the number 1 mistake that Mag players, or at least new MagFed players, make, and that is the orientation of your mags. Listen, this is not a hopper fed thing where you put the balls on the top and you just fire away. When you play MagFed, like I said, it's very intense, just like any other paintball game, but also you're playing with mags, and everything has to be really, really efficient. And that is also the proper orientation of your mags when you pull it out of your holsters or your rig or whatever. You want to make sure that when you pull it out, the orientation is such that you can slam it right into your mag and get ready and pull the trigger, okay? You don't want to be pulling out, say you pull it out the wrong way, and then you're fumbling with it, you make a mistake, you got to change it, because those critical few seconds can mean the difference between getting shot and not getting shot. Now, I'll probably have to eliminate some of those words, so I'll bleep it up, but you'll get what I'm saying. I have to eliminate simply because of the YouTube algorithm, right? But again, you want to make sure that when you pull your mag out, it'll go straight into your marker, ready for action, okay? So that's mistake number 1. All too often, people make it, avoid it. All right, so let's go on to number 2. Number 2. So listen, now you're in a firefight. You're blasting rounds. You might be having to take over a bunker or infiltrate a room or whatever the case may be. What you also want to do is you want to count your rounds. Now, mags can vary in their rounds from 7 to 20 rounds, depending if it's a handgun or a long gun or whatever the case may be. So try to count your rounds, because the last thing you want to do is take a bunker, take out a room, and you only have 1 round in the chamber or in the mag, right? And then you're done. Then what do? You got to either grab for your secondary or pull out another mag, and those critical minutes or critical seconds, again, could be the difference between elimination or taking out your enemy, right? So always count your mags. Now, the great thing about Planet Eclipse mags is that you can see right through. Now, I don't have any rounds in here, obviously, because, for safety reasons, but you can see right through, and you can actually see the rounds. Now, if you fire the way I do, which is right side, what you can do is you can take a quick peek and see how many rounds you have in the chamber, or in the mag, sorry. A lot of markers, like the M17 and some of the old T15 mags, they're solid. You can't see. So really, again, you have to count your rounds. And also in your handgun, okay, your sidearm, like the Tip-X here and pretty much all other markers, you don't see the rounds because they're in the handle, right? So count your rounds. That's number 2. So let's go on to number 3. Okay, new mistake number 3, and that is sometimes, actually oftentimes, you're going to be in a crazy firefight where it's going to be really, really intense, and sometimes you're going to be in that position for a little bit. You're going to have your enemy players running at you and stuff like that, and so you got to keep everything really, really quick. You have to have everything at quick access. So sometimes it's best to have your mags laying on the ground in front of you. Not all of your mags, maybe just a couple, so that it's easy access, so you can grab it, slam it into your mag well, and get ready for the action again, okay? Now, especially if you're laying prone or semi-prone, if you don't have the mags in front of you, you gotta roll over, fumble with your mags, grab your mags out of your rig, slam into your mag well. And like I said, those critical seconds can be the difference between survival and elimination. So sometimes it's best to have a couple mags in front of you. Now, don't have a whole bunch of your mags laying in front of you, because sometimes you might have to do a strategic retreat, or you might have to run with your teammates to take over a bunker, or whatever the case may be. So you don't want to have all your mags there, and then when you get to the bunker or to the room or whatever the case may be, you're out of mags. All right? So let's go on to the next mag noob mistake. All right, now, MagFed, okay? Often players like to have everything within the confines of their marker. That means not having remote lines and stuff like that. And when you don't have a remote line and you have your tank inside your buttstock, it is going to be a smaller tank. It's not going to want to be these massive tanks that you strap to your back. So, air is much more limited. So make sure that you have air in your tank before you go out in the field, all right? Because you'll see in this video that I just cut from a game I played last month. It was the first game that I played of the season. You'll see I made that critical mistake. All right, check it out. Get in.
There's the first building! First building! Shit, I'm out of there. I'm out of there.
I couldn't believe it, man. Out of there.
Okay, so you can see that even a seasoned veteran like myself, who's been playing Mag for a long time, we still make these mistakes. So don't sweat it at being the new person. Don't sweat it. We all make mistakes. But again, the more you play, the less likely you'll make these kind of mistakes. All right, so let's go on to the next new MagFed mistake. Okay, the last one. All right, so that comes down to maintenance. Maintenance. And that goes really with all markers, right? But here's the thing. With MagFed, your mags have a spring on the inside, okay? That kind of pushes the balls right through. Now, I won't kind of open this up because the spring is at its most open. It's not kind of spun and tight to the top. But therein lies the problem. When you're done with your gameplay and you have balls in your mag, make sure that you take them out, because when your spring is tightly coiled in its most retracted position, it could wear or take away the springiness of the spring and then affect the mags. Now, the great thing about Planet Eclipse's mags, like I said, I'm a big fanboy of Planet Eclipse, as you already know. Planet Eclipse has looked into everything to make sure that their markers and their equipment is pristine, not pristine, but just on point. And so they've made it really, really easy. So all you have to do to take out your round is simply turn this dial, take off this cover. I won't pluck it out, but you just pull out the cover and the balls, you just drop them out just like that, okay? Other mags, you just have to press this little button and the balls will fly out, so you can easily empty your mag. So just make sure you do it, because listen, when we're all tired after the game, we just throw our bag into the corner, just leave our gear, it's all marked up, and deal with the nut. You're just too tired, right? And I get that, but you know what? If you don't do it that day, if you don't clean your stuff that day, do it the next day. Don't wait around. And also, just like any other marker, maintenance of your marker. What I try to do is, as soon as I get home, at least within the next 24, 48 hours, I clean out my markers. Maybe not the exterior, but definitely on the interior. Oil it up, things of that nature. Sometimes you have to oil up your mags. Like when I ran the the M17, I would always have to lube up my mags so the balls would just fly out nice and easy. And if I didn't do that, it would be a disaster. And actually, I don't want to knock the M17. The M17 is a great marker, but I just got fed up with that maintenance. And that's why, again, as you all know, I turned to the Planet Eclipse marker. It's almost maintenance free, but really nothing is maintenance free. So just make sure that you keep your markers in pristine condition, because actually, just remember, now I'm being hypocritical here, because on my last game, which was like a month ago, I have not cleaned my Tipex. This is my sidearm, because if you can see, I'll just try to zoom in, you can see that right around, maybe, I don't know, maybe, there, maybe you can see that. Right there, I did not oil up my marker prior to gameplay, and I chopped the ball, and the whole gun was, whole marker was kind of useless that particular game. Actually, it was the last game, so I never cleaned it. I actually completely forgot until just now. So, again, just goes to show you, you know what? We all make mistakes, and it's part of the game, right? Well, listen, everybody's understanding, but the main thing is you are playing MagFed, and you're going to love it. So keep playing. Don't ever be discouraged, because we're all learning. And like I said at the top of the video, every master starts off with disaster. So until next time, first of all, thank you so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. All right?